Hi, Canastota. I'm Sean Becerra, Superintendent of Canastota Central Schools, and this is the weekly video update for Friday, September 10th. Well, our first week of school is in the books, and we have a lot of thank yous. Really would like to thank the great job all of our students did this week to make it a pretty smooth opening for us. Also, definitely want to thank all of our staff members who really put a lot of work and planning into planning for all of the different things that could happen while we're in the midst of both a pandemic and a major capital project. So great work by everybody. We appreciate the cooperation of our families. Thank you to our students for being cooperative and doing a great job. And certainly thank you to all of our staff for making it a very overall very smooth opening week of school. Things can always be smoother. We'll always be looking for ways that we can improve, and certainly the normal things that would prove to be a challenge in the first few days of school were certainly things that we'll still be paying attention to. So, will things like our bus routes, will those routes become quicker and smoother and more streamlined over time? Of course they will, and I think that's happening every day. Same thing for things like cafeteria and lunch service and things like that. Those things we will continue to tweak and continue to make work to make those things as smooth as possible. But overall, very good opening week. So thank you to everybody for that. Wanted to also update everybody on the events of the last week, particularly since the order from New York State and the governor with mandatory COVID testing in schools. Want to update our entire school community and let everyone know that that process is already in place in the school district. We've already are complying with that requirement, and our staff members are either producing proof that they are already vaccinated or they have already begun the process of documenting that they have are undergoing weekly COVID testing. That will continue as long as we live under this requirement. It's also important to note that we have will be unrolling COVID testing availability on site at the school for our students. This will likely be available to our students in the next week or two. We'll be more specific next week when we have results of a very important survey that was distributed today. So again, if you haven't seen it yet, please be on the lookout for a survey that will be that's being distributed, asking whether or not parents would like their child to be voluntarily added into a weekly testing pool. Again, we will be conducting on-site COVID testing using an outside company and in cooperation with Madison County and with Madison United BOCES to facilitate that whole process. I can't emphasize enough the fact that this is mandatory for schools to offer to families, but it is not mandatory that they participate. So it is a parental decision. If you want your child to be a part of that pool, then please indicate so on that survey, and then we will continue with follow-up communication leading up to when we actually launch that weekly COVID testing process. So again, it's a parent's choice. If you'd like your child to participate, then please indicate that you would like that to happen. If you do not want them to be in that testing pool, then they will not be included in that pool. So again, please fill out that survey, and we will continue to work with you as that testing program launches. As you know, there's a lot going on in the district. We thought it would be helpful to really try to update our school family on all of the different things that are happening in the district. And so later this month, we're going to be launching a series of what we hope will be in-person sessions where we will be just providing more information about important things, important opportunities that exist for our students and their families. So it'll be an ongoing series. We realize people have busy schedules and you can't get to all of them, but we wanted it to be a regular thing where, if possible, and if COVID and whatever's happening at the moment allows us to do so, we'd like to be able to get together in person. Our first session will be on the evening of September 29th. And again, much more information will be coming out with much more specific details, but that September 29th in the evening will be the launch of our in-person session. We're able to largely do it in person because we're going to move it outdoors. If weather permitting, we're hoping that we'll still have some good weather. And if at all possible, we're going to be hosting that outdoors, and that will be at the Boxing Hall of Fame Pavilion. So again, more specific information about the specific nature of that initial presentation and subsequent schedule of presentations that will be coming up. But I think it will be worth your time. A lot of the things that people ask us about frequently about what are we doing at school, what are things that people should and parents should be aware of, how are we partnering with our community resources, all of those things will be answered in the course of these ongoing presentations. So again, September 29th at the Boxing Hall of Fame. All of the specific details will be announced in the coming days, and certainly be on the lookout for a variety of communication on that. As we again reach the end of our first week of school, looks like we're going to benefit from having at least one more nice, warm, summery weekend. So I hope everybody, after getting through the first week, has a chance to get outside, enjoy some of the nice end of summer weather this weekend, and go Raiders.